So after seeing the regions, next we will see what are the functions of roots and how these
roots anchor the plants firmly to the soil and help absorb water, nutrients, and minerals from the soil. In addition to these, the roots are also modified to perform special functions. For example, some roots help store the extra food made by the leaves. Such roots are underground, fleshy, and are of different shapes. The food stored in them feeds the plant during dormant conditions. In carrot, radish, and beet, the taproot stores food and becomes fleshy. The taproot is named according to the shape that the root takes as it stores food. In carrot, the food-storing root becomes conical and is called conical taproot. In radish, the root is fusiform in shape and is called fusiform taproot. In beet, the food is stored in the basal part of the root, and the root tapers into a thin thread-like structure. This type of root is called napiform taproot. Some adventitious roots also become fleshy and store food. For example, the fleshy adventitious roots of a creeper, sweet potato. The roots of sweet potato are irregular shaped and are simple tuberous in nature. The roots of asparagus and dahlia, on the other hand, are fasciculated tuberous roots, meaning that these roots occur in some roots are modified to provide mechanical support. For example, the adventitious roots of corn and pandanus that arise from the nodes of the stem nearer to the ground grow obliquely downwards and enter the soil to provide support. Such roots are called stilt roots. Similarly, the banyan tree, in addition to a normal root system, possesses prop roots that develop to support the horizontally spreading, thick branches of the tree. These roots grow vertically downwards and enter the soil. Plants like climbers and twinners possess weak stems, and the roots of these plants are modified to help them climb. For example, the long-branched or unbranched brown adventitious roots that develop from nodes and internodes of the pothos stem secrete a sticky material that help the plant to stick to the support. Such roots are called clinging roots.
So now we are through with the roots. After that we have stems. So when we study stems, the first thing that we'll study are the parts of a stem. After that we'll be moving on to branchings in a stem, and then we'll talk about what are the functions of a stem.
Stem is the part of the plant axis that develops from the plumule and is therefore negatively geotropic and hydrotropic, but positively phototropic. It is distinguished into nodes and internodes. Nodes are the sites from where leaves arise. The region between two nodes is called internodes. An apical bud occurs at the tip of the stem. This bud causes growth in elongation of its main axis. An auxiliary bud occurs in the axil of the leaf. An axil is the angle formed by the leaf with the stem at the node. These buds develop new branches. The stem is green in the beginning, but as the plantlet continues to grow, the stem becomes brown and woody. The stems may be aerial or underground. Although the aerial stems are erect, strong and woody, but some plants like climbers or twinners possess delicate and thread-like aerial stems. Underground stems are present under the soil and do not possess chlorophyll. These stems are modified to perform several functions. The development and arrangement of the branches on a stem is called as branching. It is of two main types. These are dichotomous branching and lateral branching. In dichotomous branching, the apical bud continuously divides into two branches, which also continue to do the same. It is seen in palm trees. In lateral branching, the apical bud makes branches on lateral sides. There are two types of lateral branching. These are racemose and cymose. In racemose lateral branching, the axillary buds on the main axis produce new branches continuously in an acropetal fashion. The new branches also repeat the same. Since all the branches arise from a single main axis, the main axis is called monopodial axis. As a result, the plant develops a conical or pyramidal shape, for example, casuarina. In cymose lateral branching, the apical bud of the main axis becomes inactive after some time. A branch develops from the axillary bud located in the axil of the leaf just under it. The cymose branching can be uniparous, biparous and multiparous. A cymose type of branching with only one lateral branch produced at a time is called uniparous cymose branching. It shows two distinct types, namely helicoid and scorpoid. A cymose type of branching with the lateral branches developing on either the left side or the right side, forming a helix, is called helicoid cymose branching. It is seen in ashoka trees. A cymose type of branching with the lateral branches developing on alternate sides, forming a zigzag, is scorpoid cymose. It is seen in vitis. A cymose type of branching with two lateral branches produced at a time is called biparous cymose branching. It is seen in mirabilis. A cymose type of branching with more than two lateral branches produced at a time is called multiparous cymose branching. It is seen in oleander and croton. The stem of the plants perform many functions. First, it arranges leaves in such a way that these obtain sufficient light for photosynthesis. Second, it transports minerals and water absorbed by the roots and food prepared by leaves to all the parts of the plant. Third, it also arranges flowers, fruits and seeds in a way that facilitate pollination, fertilization and seed dispersal. The stem of many plants also get modified to perform special functions like food storage, protection and vegetative propagation.